So now we'll take a look at travel. So how far the pedal will go. This is very, very intuitive. For this, you will need tools. And you basically just use your Allen key and hex key. And very important as well for our development is for any configuration that you have not to be able to jump mid race. Your stopper changes position. We wouldn't want that. So if you notice, every single position has a discrete placement where even if you untighten the bolt, which is completely loose right now, it doesn't move up or down. So you can only move it by removing it and placing it in a different direction, location, which is again very important for us because we want to make sure that if you're doing an endurance race, for example, or a very important race with your friends, you can always make sure that your stopper will stay on the same place. And the same happens with all these adjustments. So the only sliding adjustment is down here, where the pedal meets your chassis or your universal interface plate. And that's because these are big bolts that you can tighten really, really tight and they won't get undone. But all the rest are all discrete positions to make sure that you won't have that issue. So now I will change the travel of the pedal. The preset that we send to our customers is thought to be very good already, very comfortable. So the amount of travel that we have on the throttle, on the brake, on the clutch, this was actually studied by asking professional racing drivers, talking to sim racers. We've run questionnaires at the Sim Racing Expo 2019, 2021. We've actually been studying what people's preferences are, and the default setup that we have is a very likable setup. But in any case, you might want your pedal, your throttle pedal to be a bit shorter. Let's say you're doing some sort of racing where you want a very quick application of the throttle, that's fine. Or if you want a little bit more precision on the throttle, something like drifting or driving classic cars that have a lot of power and you want to be very precise or extra precise with your throttle inputs, you can change it. So we'll just grab it over here and go, for example, for the higher position. It crosses all the way to the other side, and that's it. Now we have the full length, which is a very, very big range of motion on the pedal. We should be able to actually measure it and show you just how far it goes. And then we can make it very, very short as well, which again, for some types of racing, it might be very useful. And notice, I've just untightened the bolt and let it be there. And we actually designed it in a way that the plastic the plastic piece that we have here to serve as mechanical stopper doesn't fly away. It stays there. And we've also designed this on purpose, so it is easy to adjust. It's not something that you untighten and everything falls apart. No, it stays there. You just get it into place, and this would actually give you no movement. So I'm gonna go the next step up because we go all the way from no movement at all to a very, very wide amplitude of motion. So again, this is a lot shorter. This would be a very, very quick application on the throttle. There we go. So I'll go back to the original position, which is quite comfortable. For me personally, I quite like it. It's not too much, it's not too little, it gives you good control. But at the same time, it's not uncomfortable in a way that your foot becomes too stretched out. So the default position, it's quite to my liking, to my personal liking. But again, it's something that you can tweak, and you might be doing a lot of endurance or a lot of racing where you require a much shorter throttle application. Let's say you're doing, for example, a MX-5 trophy, and those cars don't have a lot of power, for example, and you want quick application on corner exit, you can do that.